Hey guys, happy Sunday. This is the Sunday Q&A. Drop in graphics on the audio. What I normally do is I record the Sunday Q&A midweek and then I put it up on a Sunday for a bit of bonus material. So we've just recorded a regular podcast and my guest again, Mairin.
Hello. Influencer,
inspirer, fitspiration.
Thank you.
And we've got some questions from the old Patreon here. That's one of the benefits of being on the Patreon is you get to ask questions on the Sunday Q&A. And people have pointed out before, sometimes I have disdain for my listeners. And see if you ask me a stupid question, rain and disdain. Now, to an ordinary person, this first question would be annoying. Have you thought of adding shorts to the merch? I could look into it because I'm a big shorts guy. And you see, the thing is,
like, you wear big shorts?
I wear big shorts. But the thing is, where does it stop, you know? If you thought about doing shorts, have you thought about doing mugs? Have you thought about doing just everything?
You were thinking socks the other day?
Socks, I was going to get socks, like some nice colourful socks that say General on them. Around it in a circle. For all my CrossFit. I'm wearing pretty cool socks right now, you know? Got the vintage Nikes on there. Looking like a fucking 6-foot toddler.
Yeah, that's your style.
Yeah, I might look into shorts, but that would entail just ordering loads and loads of them and samples, and then I get to try them on, then I get to have extra socks. That'd be fun for me, wouldn't it? Would you wear shorts? You're wearing all general gear now.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd wear shorts, but
I get like girls' booty shorts. You can fucking wedgie yourself.
Do a guy's booty short.
Guys' booty shorts? What are they? Boxers?
Yeah.
Imagine it became really trendy for dudes to be like, have their pants up as high as girls wear them. You know, the bottom of your cheek hanging out. I know if you go to certain prides, you'll see a lot of that.
It's too much of it.
Yeah. You got to shave your ass. You can't be having a hairy ass and having them up your crack, like.
And those are the reasons. And that's why I'm here today, Dragon's Den.
Yeah. Yeah, stick to the socks. I'm out. What's the weirdest rumor you've ever read about yourself online, whether you were Googling yourself or just read it on social media? And don't pretend you haven't Googled yourself. I've Googled myself and I'm a nobody. Stephen, you're not a nobody.
I've Googled him loads of times.
Yeah. I have Googled myself to see what comes up with regards to like I've done it there now. My website comes up first, then my Facebook, then a load of clips, which is good. And then my Twitter, and then links to tickets. So when I Google myself, I've done that before, and it's basically been like a link to a Vine that I did 9 years ago, and a picture of me in school and something else.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this doesn't bode well for my comedy career. But now it's fixed itself.
Yeah, it's like this is actually what you do.
Yeah. Irish news, comedian Colin Gelson playing Belfast SSE Arena, stuff like that. So yeah, but the weirdest route, I hear all sorts of stupid shit.
Have you heard weird things? I can't even think of anything
even on
weird
just a day-to-day level, people will be like, my mate said he seen you in fucking, wherever, and you're like, no.
Yeah, it's always like, I heard you were at a party and then you did this and you actually said this to this guy and it was really hot, and you're like, no, I've never been there, I don't know who you're talking about, I've never been, that's not true. Like, people have obviously spread rumours that you've went to parties.
Yeah, but I've seen ones where people would be like, mate, were you just going around the Titanic quarter on a bike there? I just seen a fucking baldy fat cunt on a bike. Is that you going around on a bike? And I'm like, no, I'm currently sitting on a chair in Tyrone.
Yeah.
My country song.
Yeah, you don't have any weird rumours like you've done something weird, but it's always people who think they know someone else who's like seen you do something or been somewhere, and it's usually not
the one back in the day was like, oh, people hit me in the DMs going like, oh mate, I heard you got your shit kicked in at Kelly's in Portrush.
Really?
And I was like, I think even whenever I was starting to put videos out, I hadn't been in Kelly's for about fucking 5 years previous to that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I promise you it wasn't. Yeah. Also, I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? I fucking wish you would start on me and say fucking Kelly's. Anywhere where you can't take chewing gum in, I'm not going. Do you remember that? Just a mass graveyard of fucking
gross, I know.
chewing gum that they took off people in case you had pills in it, like you couldn't just fucking take them before you went in or put them in your ass. How badly do you want to get off your face when you're taking some pills out of your anus? I know a guy. We know a guy. He was at our wedding. They came from England. And he had a wee bit of hash. And I was like, you've been in the country like 2 seconds. Where'd you get this piece of hash? And he goes, I brought it on the plane. And I went, are you serious? Like up your arse? And he went, yep. Now, how do you distinguish hash from shite when it's up your arse?
I was like, are you sure? Yeah, you go to the toilet the next day, you're like, oh, there it is.
Guys, I've snuck drink into this club in what? A bottle of piss. I'll see if I can separate it out.
I've drank it, I'm going to piss it out, and it's going to be drunk. Yeah. Yeah.
I've snuck weed in this kilo bag of oregano. Which bit's which? Who knows? Oh, dear, that's funny. Now, next question. Have you ever Googled yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Actually, I think I did it once just to see if anyone had the same name as me. Did you ever do that?
Oh, Mairin McGrath, first thing comes up. Mairin McGrath's Instagram, Mairin McGrath's nude. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I have an OnlyFans and people don't know this, so
yeah,
it's hard times, you know. We can't, all our work stops, so we gotta do it.
Do you know what they should have called it? Only creeps.
Yeah, not fans.
Yeah, you don't have fans when there's
only pervs.
4 dudes paying to see your shitter.
Yeah, only lonely dudes at home. That's what it should be called.
Only lonely. I must read into it, but I don't think it was even set up just for porno stuff. I think it was for something else. But now it's been taken over
once again by tits.
By tits. Just dudes wanting to see tits.
Yeah.
There's a photo of us from the time we went to the art gallery opening. Now tell me I'm not skinnier now. I was fat as shit there, like.
Yeah, you've always been fat. Look at my hair. Wow.
Well, I have, but I was the real fat there. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I look better now.
You look wonderful now.
Look at all these photos. There's a fucking you. What's Pacookie.com?
What?
There's you with the child. What's this website?
Oh, it's Instagram?
What's Pacookie? That's your Instagram. There's me looking cool. There's Eddie Beans. What age are we going to stop putting photos of him up for safety reasons?
Probably like
as
a child.
Probably
when he goes to school, for
probably
sure.
like 1.
Yeah.
They
all say when they start being like a wee like a child, that they're recognizable. It's not good because then when they go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously as a baby, like
obviously
we're
not Kanye and fucking
no.
Kim Kardashian here.
No, but it's more for his sake, isn't it? It's more like you don't want to look back and your parents are constantly putting up.
What's her
photos
name? Eva Mendes. Is she married? Is she gonna?
What do you call him?
Gooselings?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
She doesn't put photos of him or the baby up. She's saying like, I don't have consent to do that. No, weird. But
I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter Apple did that once, and like she put up a photo of her, and Apple wrote under it like, you don't have my consent to do this, and you're going, that's your mum, and you're being like, you don't have consent to put up a photo. Like it's a bit like weird, isn't it?
If my ma was in the next room making candles out of blurt.
Maybe. I don't know. No, I wouldn't. Like, I like putting up photos. I don't think there's anything wrong, because to me, my Instagram is just my own photos. Like, I just put up.
What about the confidence
of
going like, you're gonna want this candle that smells like my vagina? What about the confidence of that? That's empowering to women. You enjoy the smell of vagina. Imagine being like, get this cock candle in your bathroom.
That's not what it was about. It was.
I don't care. I'll think about it.
It didn't smell like vagina. It smelled like different flowers, but they said this is what it smells like, or something like that. I can't remember the story.
What fucking fannies have you been smelling? Have you watched any of the Glastonbury coverage? I'll be honest with you, Baz, it gave me fucking depression. The other week when it came on, I seen one of the Bee Gees, and I was like, fuck me, would I hack my arm off to be there?
I know.
Big Bee Gees guy. Well, not really, but because we've been to Glastonbury and it was a good year and we got good weather and there was cool bands, most of which are dead now. We seen that and I was like, fuck, wouldn't you just go anywhere to see anything right now?
Such a shame it's like the 50th anniversary and it couldn't happen.
Think of the things we took for granted. Do you remember we went and filmed a wee bit of stuff and then went out with the fucking Dire Wolves one day and then went to Hosier VIP tickets that night?
Great day.
What great. I just took that for granted. Like that was
like this I think it was like 1 year ago, like yesterday or
And
something.
then like what I did, because it's me, is I got really into Hozier right after I'd
Yeah.
seen him live. And the only song I knew before that was fucking Take Me to Centra.
I know afterwards, like, God, who's your class?
Man, I'd be like, man, so talented.
You're like, we were
What a
right there.
What a gangster move for him to just be like, man, I'm a feminist and all my fucking bad memories are just tens. You know? Smart guy. Creepy fingers.
And with Glastonbury was class. We watched a lot of it.
Yeah, it was really good. Spoiled a wee bit by the fact we have a child who never shuts up, like, you know what I mean? But trying to watch it.
We would rewatch a lot of Glastonbury sets anyway.
Yeah.
You just YouTube a lot of Glastonbury stuff.
Like the Idols one, I've watched that
Yeah.
fucking 15,000 times. Just put it on.
I think I've watched that to the Cinema Club a lot. I think they've taken the full set off now, actually, weirdly, but
They're probably like, no one's watching this apart from one weirdo and Tyrone. Anyway, next question. Are you keeping an eye on the time? How long have we talked here for? I forgot to hit record on this. Niall, do you know how long we've been talking? Roughly?
11 minutes.
Oh, it seems like a lifetime, doesn't it? Talking to you. Parg McGuire, aka Podge, aka painted this very set you're looking at. Are you watching Aussie Love Island? And if so, what do you think of it?
I've seen bits of it, but I haven't kept up with it because also baby.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
likes to
it's just
do whatever he wants.
sometimes it gets like so boring and repetitive to just see like all these people just there's like this uniform good lookingness that they have that just becomes boring. You know what I mean? Everyone just comes on, they got the fucking hair and the tits, and the dude's wearing the wee fucking shorts and he's bronzed up and you're just like, this is fucking shite.
Do you think you can be like
This
in a
is
group
so
where everyone's so good
boring.
looking and no one's good looking? It's just
Pretty much.
That's just what that's how people look here.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be seeing weird stuff, be giving you boners because, you know, everyone's just so fucking hairless and perfect. You'd be like, oh man, look at her fucking hairy pits, boner.
I think that's just how you think, Colin. You're a weirdo.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Colin enjoys
Anyone's getting rid.
pit stubble. You really do. It's weird, isn't it?
I mean, not in a weird way where I'm like,
Well.
you know, going to glory holes and just licking someone's pits through a hole.
What a waste of money.
Just do it at home.
Shave your own pits.
Anyway,
Those sound effects.
that's me licking a stubbly pit. I can't watch that shit. It annoys me after a while because you just feel like
I
going,
can't watch it with you because you get so irate if they say something
you feel like just
stupid,
going,
so-
just make the show called Fuck Island, and just you get thrown off if your dick's not in something for longer than like half an hour. You're allowed a lunch break, but the rest of the time you gotta be fucking pumping and dumping, and then if you give up, you get chucked off the island. Not like
Again, I think that show would become boring as well.
Calm Island.
I think you'd be like saying this
Dance,
one.
dance, 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 dance.
No, I don't. That's not going to work. Let's be honest. It's not going to work.
Why?
That's not going to work.
Have you ever seen like Dutch Big Brother? That's pretty much what it is. But obviously, there's nothing else to do today, so let's ejaculate 25 times.
And you announce it first.
Yeah. Oh dear, ejaculation. Right off your stroopwafel.
Well,
This
what's
is one
that?
of these conversations where you like that clip we put up before, where you go, "What you're thinking of is porn," and it is.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
I'd be like,
not the program.
"I'll tell you what'll be good. I'll tell you what'll be better than Coronation Street, Buck Street." People just go in the pub and go, "All right, you bastard," and ride each other, and you're like, "Yeah, that's called porn. They've done that.
Yeah.
Sitcom porn."
Yeah.
Aaron told me one day he's big into vlog porn now, so he's like, he gets to see a city, but then also some titties. And that, why they didn't think of that motto, I have no idea. We'll move on. David McGrath. Is it MyFitnessPal or MyFitnessCunt? Are you aware of the famous Paisley tapes with Rob Corbett? What? Here's a link. Here's a keen loyalist making me watch videos here. This better be fucking good. MyFitnessCunt. Yeah, I'm tracking my stuff that I'm eating at the minute, and sometimes you're just like, well, this is unfair.
Unfair.
No, it's not unfair, but you see it and you're like, so here's my choice. I can have, you know, a steak, a full bag of prawns, a full thing of spinach and some broccoli, or I can have 3 mouthfuls of shreddies and I'm as fat.
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it? Paisley tapes. Oh, is this some fucking... Is that... Mate, that's rubbish. I'm not even listening to that.
Rubbish.
That's rubbish, mate. Turn Bluetooth on. Are we attached or what the fuck going on here?
Alright, Bobag. Look, I've got a problem, but it's your fucking problem now, because I need a bonnet for my motor. What you got for me? So I put it into a lamppost. What? I put it into a lamppost now.
This is some, like, you know, guys on Cat at 4 a.m, and they're like, this is the best shit I've ever heard. And you're going to make me sit there fucking shit.
Please remember, Colin has no attention span.
Yeah, fuck that. What's the best brunch spot dish you've had in Belfast? Great question. We're going to have to go for food after this. Where do you want to
go? Output's been quite nice.
Output is good, yeah.
Lunches.
Probably not the best choice calorically for me right now.
No.
Because I'll be like, do you want this one sandwich? 8,000 calories and a heartburn.
That's you for the day.
But the coffee's so nice now.
It's nice.
Best brunch spot. General Merchant's always good.
French Village is really good.
French Village is really good. Got some shredded beef on a sourdough with an egg and sriracha in there once. Speaking of ejaculating, it's delicious.
Tony and Jen's was nice when it was opened.
Yeah.
Obviously, General Merchant's is nice.
General Merchant's is the spot.
Actually, I've never eaten in Established still. Any of their lunch stuff, and I know loads of people love their lunch kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now, did you used to work there? Yeah. Do you want to badmouth them at all? No. No, he said, I'm not going to badmouth them, but everything is on porridge. You get your coffee in a hollowed out bit of porridge. I just know a load of jiu-jitsu boys would go in there, and the porridge look good. But if you think I'm paying for porridge somewhere, you can eat my ass. Sexy man there, thanks. I'm starving. If you could uncancel one celebrity, who would it be? Are there any celebs whose cancellation you disagree with? I feel like, to be honest, although creepy behaviour, I feel like Louis C.K. got hammered a bit too hard for what he allegedly done.
I think again, it's the timing of it wasn't great. Yeah, probably it was during the real start of the Me Too stuff. So there's no way he could have got anything less than that at the time. I don't think. Yeah. But yeah, mate, he just did a creepy thing.
He did a creepy thing. I'm sure
So that was creepy and unnecessary, definitely. Yeah. I think he would admit that, and everyone else knows that that's a really weird thing for you to do. Yeah. But it's very different, obviously, now to the Chris D'Elia thing, which is
but the Chris D'Elia thing, Chris D'Elia thing might even be it was just messaging, nothing might have even happened. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of stories he slept with my friend, but she was 24. You know, there's a lot of that shit, but I don't know, but the Louis C.K. one, I think you're the guy's one of the best comedians of all time, and he did something a bit weird. It was just weird more than creepy, I think. And you've just completely shut him off the way you would shut off a serial rapist like Cosby. Actual serial fucking drugging and raping women, which is fucking horrendous. So maybe him.
Yeah, he didn't make anyone do anything. He just was in the room doing something himself.
Unfortunately,
which is just still not any better.
But D'Elia isn't on a level where people might miss his podcast, but as a comedian,
no, exactly.
People missed Louis. People go fuck. I would love to see more Louis C.K. Did put out a special there. It was actually alright. But
I can't think of anyone being cancelled who probably didn't slightly deserve it though. Who?
I don't know. I can't think of many.
I mean, that bit, when people started to bring up old Kevin Hart tweets, and then he couldn't do was it the Oscars? No, Oscars. He all he wanted to do forever was host them.
Yeah.
And he was so excited, and then they basically cancelled that. Well, made him not be able to do it anymore because of old tweets that were homophobic. And even he said, I've already apologized for them, and also of course this was years ago and it was a joke and I didn't mean that, and etc. So I think that was a wrong cancelling. not that Kevin Hart's cancelled, but like people.
You
he
only
got so much.
Why do you only
like,
hear about like famous people getting
bad
cancelled?
stuff?
You never hear about like, oh, what about Brian works in fucking Danske Bank, got cancelled from working in banks because he called Maria a fucking slut. Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, if you're well known, you're not allowed to do anything
it's
ever
just,
again.
it's just like you have to be a fucking complete angel if you're a famous person in the arts. You know, it seems to only be if you're like a fucking performer or something like that.
And a lot of the people doing the cancelling, like doing the calling out, could be the biggest creeps of all a lot of the time.
Sometimes.
Do you know what I mean? You don't
sometimes
know.
Sometimes you've got the old
person in
fucking
the
detective
public
eye for it because you're.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's
doesn't
like,
mean like you're in the public eye, so you say you have to be like.
it's a bit like someone calling out racism all the time, and some people stop and think and be like, "No one was thinking about that. Why are you thinking about that?"
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, you're the one who's so fucking racially aware and sensitive all the time that you obviously have a fucking issue. Have you watched Home Game on Netflix? That Calcio Storico rugby. Oh yeah, have you ever seen that? I don't know how to say that. Calcio Storico.
No, I haven't.
You'd love it. It's a lot of fucking half naked dudes playing this weird rugby sport.
Oh, I've seen an ad for it. I haven't watched it.
But they all wear these little weird pants, and they're all.
yeah.
It's like a fight and a rugby match.
Yeah, it's like fighting and rugby.
But they're all sexy dudes. Look at this.
Have you watched it? No.
No, I don't know what the. I'd just rather watch fighting or rugby. You know what I mean? I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, it's a very like primitive looking sport, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from the pants, they're pretty elaborate. Look at this guy rips, Eddie. Guy's rips. Sexy dudes though. What's hotter than sexy dudes fighting? Look at that. Power right in the kisser.
I'll have to watch it.
That's probably shit. Do you think? Have you watched Game of Thrones? Oh, that's a good question. Gary Cunningham, do you think you would be where you are today without Maureen? It can't be a coincidence that most fiddly Fruit Loops exposed in various ways recently did not have a good woman behind them, and other goats like Messi and LeBron James have childhood sweethearts. There you go. No, I definitely we've worked together on a lot of things. You know, you're definitely the brains, and I'm the fucking whatever the opposite of that is.
The prawns.
You're the brains, and I'm the prawns.
Yeah. Well, I think that just, I don't know, maybe, obviously, I feel like we're just the kind of couple who make decisions together all the time.
I think
if
we broke up, I think we would still be like almost like business partners, which annoys me. It annoys me because I want to fucking bad talk you behind your back. You fucking bitch. Yeah, it is fun, but then again, you've got people like fucking. No, yeah, there definitely are people who are married with kids, but are also very successful, and everything seems all good. Instead of like trying to navigate the dating world without some fucking gold digger, weird accusations.
Maybe there's definitely something about like a single male comedian where you're a bit of like letting a firework off. It's a bit like things could probably go wrong, but people who are like, I just mean like people who are like maybe married, have kids, or have some sort of like normal life like that. It kind of does. I don't mean ground you, because that sounds like, oh, you're all like, not in reality. But I just mean like, it just means you've like a lot of normal life shit to deal with too.
Well, yeah.
You're not just a single guy going out, can drink, can talk to anyone, can do whatever you want at any time, especially in comedy where you're like, or, say sports people or whatever. You could probably do anything. You don't have it's not a normal style job. So maybe maybe sometimes there is a correlation between those kind of big like athletes or comedians to be like, oh no, I've just got regular things to do as well.
But
like,
I just think it's, you gotta have fucking stuff to do. You gotta have responsibilities and regular shit, because you would, what are you gonna do?
Otherwise,
what are you gonna do when you're 39 and a single comedian? Even if you're doing well for yourself, you're gonna end up doing some fucking weird shit just to keep yourself occupied. I can't get 5 minutes to my fucking hell in here.
But do you think there's a correlation between you and me being together, being good?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like you obviously are someone with lots of good ideas, but I think it takes you a long time to like figure out what you want. Whereas I think I'm a bit more like Colin, maybe you should maybe you should do this, and you're like, oh yeah, you're
Well,
the like fun ideas
You're
guy,
definitely
and then
like,
I'm like the
a good manager type brain, and that comes from laziness. But no, definitely, yeah. Probably.
like I can't do the stuff you do, obviously, but then
Who can?
no, exactly.
Who can
But
fucking do it?
I was never trying to say that, but I've seen like, but then I'll say things to you that you would never think of or
Yeah.
realize or whatever.
Like, have you washed this week or whatever?
You know,
Yeah, totally.
don't know.
We're a good team, Maureen, aren't we?
Aren't in and
Is Mickey single? And that is from a blind lady.
Is this the same blind guy who said you were
No,
good?
someone else. And Adam Rogers goes, well, he's up all night to drink Bucky. Mickey is single. Even when he's not, he is. I don't know if he's single or not.
No, he's a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right. He's the fact that he's ever been with anyone is a fucking miracle. Because I can barely keep my breakfast down when I'm around him, and I'm just his mate. He's always oozing and flaking and limping and squirting, isn't he?
Why is there someone actually interested in her, or just
Probably.
wanting to know?
They want to know what it's like, you know, to mount that spot. Any sign of these fucking cooking videos? Niall, we have to shoot a mini series of cooking videos as well, probably, if we get a free minute or two. Adam Rogers sent a link. I'm not clicking that. So I was looking for another Chill Max pillow, also great for cooling your ball bag. Things took a strange turn on the 8th advert down. Okay. So you must be able to get this pillow that's like chilled. But he says you can also apply it to your nuts. 8th advert. What's the 8th advert down? I don't know what I'm looking for here. Look at that. Gel pillow. You must like put it in the fridge. But do you know what? As much as you like to be cool on a hot night, if you fucking slept on that, you'd wake up like you couldn't move your head probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't think I would like
a
that.
cold thing on your neck all night.
I get why people like, you know, it to be slightly. I don't know. Well, that's not for me. I like to be warm all the time. So
yeah, but do you know
It's
what it
not
is?
for me.
If you go to like a really hot country, they just the people learn to sleep anywhere because you don't need a fucking. You're not like a wee. That's such a Karen move to need a blanket every time you go to sleep. You know, go to Vietnam, they're just sleeping like on top of a bollard. Bollard, just sleeping anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. We'll pick up the speed here. How many have we got? Oh fuck, we've loads now. So I was looking. Oh, sorry. Did you read about the 22-year-old woman? Oh Christ! Did you read about the 22-year-old woman in England who was bucking a 14-year-old boy? I didn't. Who got no jail because the judge reckons there's a genuine affection between them. I'm not standing up for pedos, but if that was a man and a young girl, the cunt should and would get locked up. Fucking women don't want equal rights. They only want the good ones. Jesus Christ, Sam. But good on you, mate, with the office and producer. Very flash, mate. Hope you're doing well. And then Alexandra underneath there. Not all women want to bang 14-year-olds, though. What does that mean? All dudes want to bang 14-year-old girls? I don't know. Why? What's wrong with 14-year-olds? Nah, you're right. It's not all women. Oh, for fuck's sake. I take that back. Oh, wait a minute. I have glasses. I probably could read this better.
Okay.
Then there is fuckwits in every gender, race, religion. Everyone just needs to be a good cunt. Know what I mean? And nice to each other and not have intimate relations with minors. In saying that, I know the 14-year-old me would have felt like King Dingaling if I was intimate with a 22-year-old. Is it a crime? It's just... It is just different if it's like an older woman and a younger fella. That's a bit extreme, I think. Well, 22-year-old and 14-year-old, well, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Like,
I mean,
do
you see a picture of The Rock when he was 15?
Yeah, yeah.
He was a giant man with
Yeah.
a mustache and was 6 foot tall,
Yeah.
muscly. Like,
Yeah.
not again. You can't. For some reason, you can't say that about a girl. But
You might not change a
don't
lot. You
Yeah.
might not change a lot physically between 14 and 18. Some fellas, if you spurt up early, and a girl might come across way younger than 22. Depending on what, you know what I mean? You might have a couple and you're like, oh fuck, he's 14. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? It's just way more, it's way more predatory when it's a guy going out with a 14-year-old because it's like, I don't know. There's just like a weird physical thing to it. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird.
Well, it's probably because you never assume that a younger guy would be in any physical danger with an older woman.
Nah.
So I think that's the only element that's different. It's weird both ways, but an older man with a young girl, there's a physical element of danger there where he could physically like harm her, not in a sexual way, just in a physical hurt her. Whereas you don't really assume that a woman would do that to a 14-year-old boy. You
No,
feel
but I
like
was
that
14, I'd beat the fuck out of anybody.
But exactly, like that, he probably could have got away. Whereas, you know, if something was physically dangerous,
it is.
So
just,
that's the only element I think is different.
It's the physical
but
threat thing.
Why someone with that would want to be with a 14-year-old?
But then the physical threat,
not really a normal thing.
The physical
for an
threat
adult
thing doesn't really go away, which is why it's tough to be a woman more, and you would know about this.
No, it doesn't. But as an adult woman, you're able to choose to leave something. You know, obviously I know there's circumstances where they're like trapped and things, horrible things, but I just mean generally you're like an adult, so you can make your own decisions and you've lived a bit and you know what's right and wrong a bit more.
Yeah.
A 14-year-old girl, no, you don't, unfortunately.
Nish, yeah.
You don't know
also,
what's right
what are you
and wrong.
doing? Fucking picking her up from school and shit?
Exactly.
Gross.
No, I don't think it's not acceptable anytime.
No, it's just weird.
Woman,
Go out with someone your own
whatever.
age.
Not even your own age, and there can be gaps, but the gap isn't the problem. The problem is how young the younger person is.
Yeah. Totally.
You shouldn't even be involved probably in anything sexual with anyone that age. You know? Realistically.
Yeah.
So for it to be an older person sounds like there's like an abuse of power anyway. You know more than that, the younger person, therefore.
I didn't know the difference between a vagina and a belly button until I was 17.
There you go. Do you now?
What now?
But you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. There's like there's children are only children for so long, so like it's sad to involve them in something scary like that, I think.
Right.
Even if they're a grown up, even if they seem grown up, they're not, you know.
Let me skim through these questions here. Are you going to be setting up tiers for the podcast? I am. If you could ask one single... No. Is it ignorant to just not find Americans funny? I love a lot of UK comedians such as Bill Bailey, Sean Lock, Dylan Moore, and when it comes to American comedy, I find it in your face and overplayed. I've tried various names that yourself and guests rate highly, like Chappelle and Burr. No, it's just whatever you're into. If you're
I
not
don't think that's fine.
if you're not into it,
There's quite a lot of American ones I don't get.
J Call, yeah.
I just I don't like. It's not my kind of.
Do you know what? Just if you find it funny, enjoy it. Who gives a fuck? Even if it's Japanese girls stamping on kittens, if you're laughing at that, it's all good. It's serotonin. Was watching Two Bears podcast and must have rewatched Segura laughing at Bert drinking Kool-Aid about 20 times. So just wondering what's something that really shouldn't have been that funny that you and the rest of the squad have lost it over. There's the tail end of a video which I managed to take, which was when we were in Dailies, and I forget what the fuck we were talking about. Someone like, what the fuck was it? Someone made a joke about Groupon, and I said that's two hard-ons or something. But I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. But because you know what I mean, it was like me and Mickey and Aaron, so it was like bang 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 joke, and then I said that joke at the end, and they fucking. It makes no sense now. It's not funny.
Yeah, well, as you say, you can always say that. It's not even funny to describe it.
It's not funny now, and I'd have to ask Mickey like
Can't even remember
what the context was. But they fucking died, and everyone was pissing themselves. And Mickey laughed that hard he had to go in the toilet and throw up. And the clip is on my Instagram somewhere. But like, again, on paper, out of context, all that shit, not funny at all. But it was just the timing of it. I can't even remember what the fuck we're talking about, but they near shit themselves laughing at the time. Why is there no women on the card? Funny. I saw this article and thought of Aaron McCann. Do you think he sleeps... Baby owls sleep face down because their heads are too heavy. Been loving the podcast. Thanks for keeping the spirits up and people entertained. As far as the general shite happening in the world, it's not hard to notice a lot of double standards when it comes to how and when some people decide to get angry about things. True. The most recent example I've noticed, I can just make that bigger, was a lot of anger, rightly so, at the funeral. Oh yeah, with no social distancing and a huge number of people despite the restrictions on large gatherings, yet I've seen very little about the talks of some 12th parades potentially being allowed to go ahead. Yeah. it is. There's everyone thinks they're right. Basically, it's
Everyone thinks
there's
they're
a
right,
funeral.
yeah.
You got to go pay your respects. The fucking who was it? Some old Sinn Féiner type, or who the fuck was it?
Something like that. Like
Some-
it was.
But
in
they all went
something.
down. They're like, oh, there's no distancing, blah blah blah, and people cracked up about that. Again, it's because they were going off on like Michelle O'Neill because she's well known. It's easy to look at people and go, you're not fucking doing the thing, because you know who she is and there's eyes on her. Whereas the 12th is like just just a group of people. There's no like one person you can blame. So, and then you're like, what's the repercussions of not letting people march? Is it going to be a fucking disaster? But the main thing to remember is it's Northern Ireland. It should be burnt. The whole place should fall into the ocean.
And everyone's wrong and everyone's right.
Yeah, it's just
like-
you're so fighting
Everyone's always gonna
over scraps in this
But
country.
everyone's
Like,
going to
who's
find a
fuck-
reason why the thing they believe in it was okay. It was the circumstance where it made sense for the stuff.
And surround yourself with people and give you confirmation bias and be like, I'm right.
Yeah, because
When in actual fact, get a life. Imagine, fuck religion and what do you call it, culture and fucking history and all this shit. Am I bollocks carrying a drum for fucking 10 miles? Suck my cock. Come on up. No, it's our culture. Not my culture. I'll sit here and do nothing.
yeah, I'd rather do nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Also, no offense to gays or flutes. What's gayer than a flute?
Should really combine those parades, I think. Would really make it a parade. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know? No one thought of that.
Well, that's what Lizzo is.
She's actually the head of the one.
She's fucking about the juice and with a fucking flute.
Oh my god.
And she's black. It's diverse. Bringing the cultures together. Lizzo for storming. Let's go.
It's Lizzo with a sash on.
Yeah. Big one. Fat bitch. Might be too late. But you've mentioned before how funny you find it when kids swear. Are you conscious of swearing around Eddie? Or if not, what point do you think you'll have to watch yourself before you start repeating?
Oh, I've
Soon?
tried to tell Colin
He can't even-
so much. He's going to have to
He can't
start.
talk yet, but it'll be soon. Like, but yeah, I'll fucking wise up, obviously, at a certain point.
Oh,
But
fucking way.
the thing with swearing is, it's like intent. Again, it's
is
like
intent,
if he says something, like he falls over and he goes, shit, it'll be funny. But if he turns
No.
around, if you're trying to tell him to do something, he's like, shut the fuck up. I'll be like, okay, we've issues now.
Yeah, I don't like when people have those videos where it's like, haha, look how funny it is because this wee child is like shouting at someone and swearing. You're like, that's not funny. They've learnt that.
No.
They've learnt an attitude about it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Words are word. Like, they don't know what words mean a lot of but if they know the intent, as you say, if they can be angry and
Yeah.
saying bad words, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm more aware that you'll do a lot of things because you're joking. Like, you'll walk around the house and if something's annoying you, you're like, oh, fuck, and just do like a big thing because you're just being like, animated.
Yeah.
We'll say animated. Whereas I am like more afraid that Eddie's going to pick up like that you're like an angry person, even though you're not really.
Yeah.
But you just go around,
I think he
quite
might.
elaborately shouting all day.
Well, yeah, I think like
So I feel like that's where you have to be like a calm person at home.
I think like what he will pick up is just how much I shout at things.
Yeah.
Not even swearing or angry.
No, you just shout at things.
But he does it a wee bit now where he'll just be like,
Yeah.
shout his head off. And you're like, what's that for? And then
But
he
you know what? I'm looking forward to like say in 5 years' time when he can definitely talk, or maybe he's going to school. How interesting the podcast will be, because you'll have to be like super good dad at home, no swearing, keep everything calm and chill, and you'll be coming into the podcast with all of your bad energy and all your shouting energy, and then that's when it'll really get interesting.
Well,
because you'll have to just let it all out here.
as a straight white male, I don't know if I'll have the right to verbalize any thoughts in 5 years'
Probably
time.
not. You can tell me and I'll say it.
Yeah. But you're a white woman. You're just a woman. That's your only thing.
God.
So, any news on Lavery's restarting? Not quite yet, but
I think they've only opened
I've
their
heard
beer garden.
I've
so I
heard
don't
some
know
stuff
when.
about the Limelight trying to put seats out and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
I think it's up to the pubs to do it, basically, to find out their distancing. So it's
Yeah.
not, unfortunately, nothing to do with us. We can't.
Also, if there's going to be 3 months of distancing, I will just wait the 3 months and then do a Lavery's. But this guy's talking about September. He's coming home, so I'm sure September should be okay.
Be great,
So
wouldn't
this is the last question. Anne-Marie Doherty, shout out to her. She gave us gifts for Eddie. Anne-Marie's comedy fun.
I've actually photos I meant to send her of him in his wee clothes.
Do it. So I actually asked this question. This will be our last question. So I actually asked this question last year, but I'm interested if you have a different thought on it now, and I know you've touched on it recently. What's the future of stand-up comedy when everything is even more PC these days? Do you think it's going to put an end to decent comedy and having the crack? I touched on this I talked about it with you. I talked about it with Shane. I think the term comedy is just a bit too broad now, and people can turn up and see some fucking asshole playing a ukulele and singing about Jammy Dodgers or something, or you can see like someone telling really fucking dirty jokes. You have to just tell people up front. There has to just be a wee bit of a disclaimer. You go like, Lavish Comedy Club, anything goes. You know, it's like...
You said this to me the other day, which we were talking about it, in fact, and you said something...
I said women don't have an opinion in comedy. Shut up.
So shut up.
And get back in the boat.
No, what you said was, it's a bit like music. You can't just go, there's a music band playing. You have to go, this is a rock band. Or if you're doing a festival, you have to say what kind of music it's going to be. If you're putting on a night, you have to go, it's this kind of dance music, it's this kind of thing. Yeah. It's going to be an acoustic night, it's a live session. You have to be very specific with music. You can't
be like, come to Custom House Square, music.
For music. So it has to be like that. So you're like, I think comedy is going to go that way, or comedy clubs. It's going to be, come to this comedy club and you'll see these types of things. And if that's
white
your
guys,
thing.
White, straight guys.
You know, that's, you know what you're in for. You know, so if it is a night and it's more of a like this night is more for LGBT, maybe you're happy with that. Maybe that's what you want and you're happy with that and that's where you want to go. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you go, this is Labri's, you know, it's definitely, you know, you're going to hear lots of things. Not for the easily offended, say.
Or you might get some alt stuff or...
But I don't know how you'd label us. But anyway, as you made a good point, you might have to start... labeling comedy or maybe like subsectioning it a wee bit, which is a shame to me. It would be hard, but as you say, it's very different if you go see someone play music.
You can go to a night,
comedy.
right? And I've been involved in these lineups where like Mickey can be on, kill, then Paul Curry goes on, kills, and you're like, those two things aren't the same at all.
They're so different, but
still funny and entertaining. So how can you label it? But you're gonna have to just put a bit of a disclaimer and go like, by the way, some people, for the sake of a laugh, might pretend that they're more stupid than they are, racist than they are,
sexist than they are.
Yeah, because
blah, blah, blah.
it's a bit edgier, and that's where the fucking humor is. You know what I mean? It's like
comedians also go on and pretend they're drunk and they're not. You know what I mean? It's like it's a show. Like, people forget it's a show, don't they?
I've said
you don't go to play and be like, I don't think he really
I've
is
said
that
stuff
age.
on
You know,
stage.
it's like,
I said a thing once and someone went, oh, no you didn't, and I went, no I didn't, because it's a lie and it's stand up, not a fucking...
Some of it's based on truth, but
I'm not
it's
in
elaborated.
a court of law right now. I'm talking shit so that you laugh.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. Andrew Schultz put it well, he goes, you're like a matador. You know, you fucking like, the closer the bull gets to killing you, the better it is. And that's jokes are the same. It's like when they're right fucking up against the wire, that's when they tend to be the best.
But I mean, like, a podcast is you talking your own opinions and whatever. Stand up is a performance.
Yeah.
It's a show. It's entertainment. So people are different. You know, it's not always exactly who they are, and they don't mean everything they say. And some things will be said completely for the fact that it might make you laugh, or might make you go, I can't believe you said that, or oh my god, that's hilarious that he thought of that out of the blue. Like, it's, you can't take offense at it.
When I put up that joke about, you know, the fucking turtle and everything, and I said about Greta Thunberg and like, fuck her, you know, she looks like Steve Merchant or whatever, and someone's like, I think you'd be better focusing your attention on other people who are doing, and I'm like, I didn't mean that. I don't give a fuck about Greta Thunberg. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is she on a Black Lives Matter panel when she's fucking white and 12 and Stephen Merchant? I take issue with that.
I don't care about her.
And they're like, well, you think a fucking 16-year-old can't have an opinion?
Anyway, back to the comedy thing. You did say...
I should do more of it on this podcast.
No, but you did say, you're like, I think there is like a certain... There's like a uncertainty to the future of comedy, definitely, for a while. Apart from the fact, obviously, there's no comedy clubs right now, which is quite difficult for people. But there is a weird, like, sort of a uneven ground for it right now. Like, it's hard to know where it fits in exactly, because it's...
But saying
how
that,
do you do it without offending people anymore? There's so many things you
But you know
cannot
what?
even touch anymore.
But you know what? The problem
can't
is
talk
that you never have the problem live.
Yeah,
It's when
I
people
know.
sit for a wee minute and they know they're not going to get fucking,
Yeah.
answered back to. They go, I've decided I've had a problem with this. Fucking not, maybe once or twice people have ever messaged me after a gig saying about stuff. And it was someone going, I can't believe you talked about Madeleine McCann and there's nothing funny about fucking child abuse. And all. I'm going, no, there's not.
And that wasn't the joke.
Yeah.
Usually, they've usually got the wrong end of the stick most of the time.
I was like, I'm offended that you would come to my show and not even pay attention properly.
But do you think from now on,
Karen.
like, do you think you can go on in comedy? Like, do you think it's going to be the same? There's so much.
Well, what you have to do,
stopping it now.
what you have to do is just fucking not give any fucks. You just plow forward.
You do you.
Because we could talk all this shit and speculate and no, people aren't allowed to say this and there's fucking, people policing language and fucking all this PC thing, and then you go to a gig and it's great.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? There's people just want to have a laugh.
There's usually still the majority of people who just get it and know that things are a joke and they want to just come and have a laugh at just the people who is good at making you laugh, and that's it. There's no ulterior motive.
It's that
either
old.
side.
It's that old thing of like, you'll see a comedian fucking rip into some dude in a wheelchair in the front, and the guy's like, "Oh, I love that. I love that I'm part of the show."
Yeah.
Or I've done Caitlyn
Jim
Jenner.
Owen did it, and he's like the most inclusive, gentle, loveliest man, and it was so funny. And he took someone's literal like wheelie scoot, and it was so funny but so lovely. He didn't do it in a bad way.
I had a trans person say that I did a Caitlyn Jenner bit, and they were like, "That was really funny." I don't know why everyone's so fucking uptight about it.
Plenty of
my dick's in a bin. What's funnier than that?
Plenty of gay people love the jokes that you make because it's just because you make jokes about everyone. It's not like it would be so much worse, especially someone like you. How much worse would it be if you felt like you couldn't say something about someone because of X, Y, Z? You know what I mean? Oh, it might offend them. Like it wouldn't make sense.
I know. Sure, Dave was saying about that, like in a roast, like everyone just fucking picking on him being fat, and he was like, if you can't pick on someone for being gay or whatever, you can't even bring it up, how come you just get fucking a free rein to just slag something like that? When there's people kill themselves because they can't fucking lose weight. Do you know what I mean? It's like, where does it start? And they think that somehow a roast is different to doing stand-up, even though you're just the same thing. You're still holding the mic on stage doing jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll get out of here, Maureen, because we've talked enough for this bonus Q&A. Thanks to everyone who sent in questions. There were good questions this week, Maureen, weren't they?
Yeah, really good.
We've talked a lot about comedy. Too much, probably, but it's
be nice to actually see some comedy actually happening than to talk about it, wouldn't it?
I mean, I think I'll probably have a nervous breakdown when I see a group of people anyway, so
that's true.
It's all good. Yeah, we'll get out of here. We'll get these podcasts online for all you hoes. Yeah, let's get out of here, Maureen.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I'd like a steak wrap. Anyway.
Okay, good point.
Yep. I was trying to think of rap lyrics with steak in it, but would have been weird. Cultural appropriation. Right, we'll get out of here, Maureen. Cheers for being my guest today, and we'll see you on Tuesday for another podcast. Begley, just text me. We'll get back then.
Excellent.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Okay, bye.